has to uphold it for herself and for him.
Yeah.
So you know the way men have traditionally brought women up to their lifestyle? You're doing the same for your man. Like, but I feel like most women would not want to do that. Like you said, like a lot of the time if a woman's here, she's like, I want a guy who's here or above. Hashtag hypergamy.
You know what Auntie said? She said...
Now pause. Hear me out. Did you notice nobody said a motherfucking thing?
Got my swag right, feeling crispy clean. Girl, I'm the flyest mother you've ever seen. So much money.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast. I am your host, Michael May, and today, this is the part 2. I had to do this, but I wanted to break it up individually, right? Now, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, turn on notifications. Listen, I'm running 2 YouTube pages. I have my True Hall of Fame Builds video game page going, and now I have this page going, but I'm going to grind it out for y'all. See, this is something that I needed to talk about, and it had to be separate because I want y'all guys to understand something, right? There are some women who are 1 in a million. And then there are some women who are just once in a lifetime. And I'm happy to say I got one of those. You did. But hear me out. This man asked a very important question. It's just Pearly Things again. The same video is the continuation. Fair use. But I want you to understand. I want you to listen to the question that the man is asking and then listen to the responses, and then I'm gonna give you my personal experience with this. Like I said, the reason why I came to YouTube is because a lot of the stuff that's going on that I hear being spoken about, I can honestly sit here and relate to it, and I have the receipts and the proof to show you that I do. But let's keep going. Let's get into this.
It's a different shift.
Listen.
Obviously, women earn their own money, and they earn good money nowadays, right? So women have almost, in certain ways, adopted the traditional masculine positions that men have taken historically. But then a lot of women will still say that they don't want to provide for a man. So it's almost like they've taken the position of a man, but they don't want to take the responsibility that comes with that position. I just want to know, why do you guys think that is? Or do you think that's even a fair statement to say?
I think it's go on. No, I think it's just like subjective, you know. I've been in a position where I supported my man for like 2 years.
Would you have been happy to do that if you stayed together, like for the duration of your relationship?
Yeah, if I had to, for sure. But like, I think again, there is that natural energy exchange that needs to take place. Obviously, like I would probably have that conversation, but like, hey.
Listen,
you know,
but like, why? But what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're the person in the relationship who is earning more, right? Why would you have to be like, okay, we need to have a conversation about this? Why could you just be like, okay, well, I'm just going to be providing for the relationship
because I feel like there's like an energy of like resentment that might come up.
And I guess what I'm asking is, where does that come from? Because I agree.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know.
Would you say it's entitlement?
No.
Time out. Hear me out. That's because, fellas, listen to me. A woman would naturally begin to resent you if she has to take care of everything, especially like he said. No, I'm saying if you're making the most money and it's beneficial for you to take on the boatload, would you be okay with that? The reason is this. That is not a woman's natural position. You've heard so many guys speak on this. That is not a woman's natural role. When you hear a woman sit there, and this is a fact, this is one thing, and I'm going to sit here and say, I think, he may not have been the first person to say it, but I will say this. Donovan Sharp was the first person I heard it from. When a woman is like, I'm independent, I don't need no man, I'm on my grind, I gotta get the bag, and I gotta do all this, she's taking on a masculine role. But when it comes to this shit right here, when it comes to, okay, so you the master, you the man. Okay, bet. So now take on this role. Oh, hell no. They don't want it. Why? Because then they want to be able to fall back. So what the fuck is the purpose of you getting the bag in the first place? If you know that you still want a man to financially take care of you, what the fuck are you grinding for? What are you sitting here? I need a PhD. I gotta have 36 masters. I gotta have a PhD in Brazil, in America, in Japan. I need all these countries. I need it, like, for what's the fuck is the purpose? But hold on. Let's keep rolling. Hear me out.
Did you still find that man attractive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a woman can do it if she thinks it's temporary. Yeah.
And the thing is, like, we were
If she thinks
building
temporary.
like together. So I was involved in the dream. He was involved in the dream, and we were building his dream.
Yeah.
You know, and so I supported that 100%.
So I could never
Is there
be.
a kid-
Oh, sorry,
Go
go on.
on. Yeah, go on. I was
I was
gonna
gonna
say.
say I could never be the provider of my home. Never. I don't want to. I think it's confusing for the children. It's confusing for me.
Yeah, no.
Nah,
Hold up.
I like
this
that.
is not
Hold up.
my role.
I always
Yeah.
have like.
Time out. You see, I respect that. Because she's like, nope, it's confusing for the children. You see, she gave a reason. It's confusing for the children. Nope. And I mean, the truth is this. If she was to go on to have some boys, like, you want your boys to see this. Now, I'm going to give y'all guys my personal experience right after this next clip. But let's just keep going. But I like what she said. I like that.
Why is he not working?
And it's not her role. It's not her role. See, hear me out. Fellas, I want you to understand. Women want to have roles when it's beneficial for them. But the guy who's here asking the question, he's asking thorough, official, legitimate questions. Why? Because women only want the roles when it's beneficial to them. We got to stop that, fellas. We got to cut that shit out. But let's keep going.
Is it? Is he
No,
staying home and?
It's not that he's not working.
Right.
But it's like, let's say, for example, your chosen career paths, right? You're earning 80K, he's earning 30K, right? And you want to live a certain lifestyle, but in order to live that lifestyle, like, you have to be, have the financial burden of, let's say, 90% of the relationship.
Correct?
Then that's fine because you want that lifestyle, right? Like the woman wants the lifestyle.
But you would be okay.
Hold up. I want y'all to see this lady's face.
But in order to live that lifestyle, like, you have to be,
Look,
have the financial burden of, let's say, 90% of the relationship.
Then that's fine because you want that lifestyle, right? Like the woman.
look at the lady in the middle. You see her? You see? She's like, what? Hear me out. Oh my gosh! Just look at the faces.
Woman wants the lifestyle.
But you would be okay, you would be okay providing for him
I get
long
what you mean.
term.
Yeah.
So
Does that make
if the woman wants the lifestyle, then the woman's gonna have to uphold it. Otherwise, she would have to
fine.
come down a level.
But she has to uphold it for herself
For her-
and for him.
Yeah.
So you know the way men have traditionally brought women up to their lifestyle? You're doing the same for your man. Like, but I feel like most women would not want to do that. Like you said, like, a lot of the time if a woman's here, she's like, I want a guy who's here or above. Hashtag hypergamy.
You know what Auntie said? She said,
Now pause. Hear me out. Did you notice nobody said a motherfucking thing? No one said nothing. It's like, yo, you could fucking hear a pin drop in that fucking studio. No one said a goddamn motherfucking word. You want to know why? Because they had no fucking response to the truth. What he said, and it's true. A woman meets a man, traditional roles. If he's up here, mind you, I got some videos to go over. It's funny because the thing is this. There's something that came up, that women came up with, is called a man is not economically attractive. You kiss my ass with that shit. So hear me out. So a woman is up here making 100K and a man is making 40K. She feels oh, I'm dating down. Like, I'm dating down. Like, he's a Dusty. But then, like I said on Instagram, when the roles is reversed and the man is up here and the woman down here, oh, girl, that's the come up. That's no, bitch. You a fucking Dusty. You're fucking Dusty. Like, let's just call it, we need to start calling it what it is. You're a fucking Dusty. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole thing is this. But it is true. A woman would do it for a little while. Ready? I'll use me as an example. I'm so grateful, right? So hear me out. I was very enthusiastic to get to my YouTube channel, my True Hall of Fame builds, my other YouTube channel page, my gaming channel. I'll put the link down in the bio. My lady was able to, how do you say, she was able to give me the space and the time to accelerate on that. And I'm so grateful, like I'm so blessed to have the opportunity because the page starting to take off like crazy. I've only been on YouTube for about a year and the page is taking off crazy. And if you all know, starting a gaming channel is much harder than it is for something like this. But the channel is moving. Everything is going really, really well, right? But it was because of her. Now, but even her, I said, if we do this, we're going to do this from this time to this time. I gave it a window. But you ready? I'll give you an even better example before I go. Ben Shapiro always said, for a little while, he was a stay-at-home dad. Why? Because his wife's career, I think whether she's a doctor or something, her career took off like wildfire. So he's like, all right, so it's either you're gonna go to work or I stay home with the kids or vice versa. But then what happens, it was this. Ben took off like wildfire. Like Ben blew up like immediately. So then the roles reversed back to what it should be. And I have a rule. Ready? Hear me out. I've always said this. My lady or any lady that I ever deal with, she should never have to work harder than me. But now, some of y'all may try to challenge me on that because I've been in situations where I've pulled the rug in relationships. Why? Because if I wasn't being respected, if what it is that I was saying wasn't being followed, if there was something involved that would stop me from the process of being who I needed to be in a relationship, I pull the plug. I ain't none of these weak ass niggas out here who'll be like, okay, I'll just deal with it. I'm pulling the plug. You understand what I'm saying? But we're going to get to that another time. But y'all already know what time it is, man. I'm your host, Michael May. Welcome to the Hear Me Out podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Share the video. Turn on notifications. But till next time, we out.